we go. What does it all mean? And what has that got to do with Tesco? I just thought I'd start with that. I think it gives quite a good introduction to where we are in the world today. We live in a digitally connected world, which means that there's a massive data out there. Big data is the buzzword of business. And our job in Tesco is to turn that data into insight and something meaningful. I think that kind of sums up what operational research is all about, not just at Tesco, but with most of the employers and businesses that are here today. And with the way things are changing, and the opening phrase, we live in exponential times, the world is changing very quickly. And I think it's the kind of jobs that we're involved in that you really get exposed to that excitement. So, back to a bit more about Tesco. This is what it covers today. Just a quick introduction. I work in supply chain development, so I'll talk about a bit of the work that we do. Tom works in site research, so again, Tom will cover what they do. And then just a bit about how you get jobs into Tesco. Feel free to ask questions at any point. Hopefully I'll have some time at the end for the questions. So, I'm Stuart. I studied operational research at Edinburgh University and then went to work in operations development as an analyst in Tesco, and now I'm working in supply chain. Before that, I was a restaurant manager. Before that, I did some ski seasons. Before that, I did an engineering degree. So, a bit of a great background.
Yep, I'm Tom. I studied Maths with Business Management at Birmingham University and joined the graduate scheme at Tesco in 2011, so I've been there 2 years now, working in site research.
Moving on to supply chain development, that's the department that I work in. Our main job is to keep the shelves full. By full, I mean not too much, not too little, so like over lots of porridge. So we have to have a big trade-off in everything we do. So for fresh produce, products, so bagged salads, lettuce, meat, you want enough to keep the shelf full, but you don't want too much, because otherwise it goes in the bin. And then for ambient foods, so baked beans and tins, you could have unlimited stock, but stock is working capital, and that's how it mines. So you've got a trade-off. For every order you place, there's a trade-off between keeping the shelves full and something else. So what are our stats here? 32 million orders to the side each day in our shops, and that's just in the UK. So if I go back 7 or 8 years, that was done manually by a stock controller in every shop, or a couple of stock controllers. And then the supply chain development team came in and started introducing automation to that process. So it costs less money for a system to make decisions, but also you standardise decisions and you can put a lot more insight into that decision making and make better decisions. And then over the last 7 years, there's been a continued evolution of how do we make that optimisation of the decision-making process better. So we deliver enough iceberg lettuce to fit around the M25 each week. We deliver, as into our distribution centres, we stack the wooden pallets up on top of each other. We build the height of the Eiffel Tower in a month. So with that amount of stuff going on, that's why you really need systems. So in supply chain, I would say lots about putting in a system to make the ordering decision. That's at the heart of what we do. Producing a forecast and then making an order. So the forecast is what do I think we're going to sell next week? And then the order is, well, given that forecast, how much should I bring into each shop for each product? So start with the forecast. If everyone bought the same things every week, it would be quite easy to forecast, because what we sold last week is what we sell next week. Unfortunately, life isn't quite as simple as that. I don't know if anyone's noticed. Next time you go shopping, have a look at your shopping basket and see how many products that you buy on promotion. Overall at Tesco, 50% of products that we sell are actually bought as part of promotion. And promotions massively change how much products are selling. Which I guess isn't a surprise. When the yellow stickers. 3 years ago, that was a blanket reduction. At 9 AM, you take 25% off. At lunchtime, you take 50% off, and then in the evening, you take 25% off. But we realised actually, do you know what? If I take a reduction on meat, people are far more likely to buy it than they are for salad, the same reduction. Because if you buy meat, you can freeze it. So we realised that if you look at the bid demand curves for the reduction price against the sales uplift, we can actually, if you like, claw back a lot of money. So we can have minimal reduction in order to sell through as confident as we can be. So for every 1 pence less reduction, save £7 million in waste. So that's kind of a couple of examples of the work that goes into producing a forecast, doing the order, and then some other analytics that we've done. I think the big thing that I would say, because we're sitting in an office with 2,500 shops, 30% of the UK retail market, if I come up with some kind of slightly clever way of tweaking the algorithm, then a 0.01% improvement equates to a couple of £1 million, which people get quite happy about. You can save that amount of money. So to talk a little bit more about forecasting, there's quite a lot of factors that we've now built in to our automated forecasting system, which is industry leading in the UK, in Europe, and worldwide retail. So to produce a good forecast, we've got a day of the week effect. We sell more on a Saturday than we do on a Monday. Weather promotions I've mentioned, and then we've got a team that kind of builds in events that are happening on a regional level. So all these things you have to work out, well, what is going to happen, then what uplift do I expect? And we've built ways of doing this all automated based on data and insight. So I'm sure everyone can kind of picture the weather as a big factor in forecasts. I guess it's kind of one of the interesting ones to look at the examples of what the uplifts are. So when the difference between 18 degrees and 28 degrees means 300% more barbecue meat. So it's obvious you're going to sell more barbecue meat, but the question is how much more? And so we've got the weather system that looks at uplift curves for products in different regions across the country. We've taken a feed from the Met Office of the weather forecasts and used those coefficients to determine the uplift by product, by store, and then make sure we get the right amount of stock ordered in. One of kind of the, I guess it's an interesting thing, but an obvious thing is that when it's 24 degrees in Inverness and it's 24 degrees down in the southeast, we sell a completely different amount of barbecue foods, because it's all relative. 24 degrees in Scotland, coming from Scotland, is practically tropical. 24 degrees in south of England during summer, you get kind of used to it. So that's one example of some of the forecasting work that we do. I'm happy to talk more about all of that as we go outside. I'll pass it over to Tom. Cool. Thank you very much.
Okay, so I'll just quickly whiz through cyber for you. So we're quite an unheard area of Tesco, so we are responsible for setting the strategy for our Tesco stores. So whether that's, say, where we want to build new stores or what we want to do with our existing estate. Basically one of our core purposes is to ensure that we build the right store for customers in the right pace. So we're making the best decisions for the future of the business. So there's a little stat there for you. So over the last year we've opened 149 stores across all formats. And they're expected to contribute £19.7 million worth of sales over the next 52 weeks. So that's the sort of numbers we're dealing with. It's a massive company. So how do we do this? So how do we produce these forecasts? So obviously in Tesco we've got a lot of data. And we've got a lot of data in stores, so it's not just our Tesco stores, but also our competitors as well. And then we've also got information about our customers, whether it's about our own customers or potential customers, so we can get that through Clubcard, and then also through other geo-demographic data. so then we use these two sets of data then to carry out some analysis, create some models, so we can really understand how our customers interact with our stores. We can use this to create models for our sales, or we can just create insight out of it, which then can be distributed across the business. So in site research, we've got 4 different teams. So Express and Superstores and Extras all look after new space, so building new store content and strategy for those. We've got an existing space team who look after refreshes, and then if we have any new initiatives going into our stores, they'll be responsible for analysing the effects of those. And then multi-channel as well, because the market's changing, as we've seen from the video earlier. It's quite key to have our multi-channel at the heart of what we do in site research. So because everything relies down on property, we need to have a good store network so we can fill our online orders. Within site research, we've got 2 streams of roles. So we've got the forecasting role, which is more the on-the-ground experts, and then the property insights role, which you guys would be more applicable for. So it's the sort of more analytical role, creating the models. And then just a quick round-up saying that we don't just support Tesco stores, we also support all of our venture brands as well. So One Stop, Giraffe, House and Hall, Dobbies, Mood Centre, all have a sort of site research contact, and we also deal with those. And the way the business is going, there's going to be plenty more of those in the future.
So, quick bit of growth. There's probably 3 routes into Tesco. One's through a direct hire, one's through our graduate scheme, and one's through doing summer internships. Get on Google, type in Tesco careers, and you can get a link to a lot of information about coming from a chat with us outside. One thing I will say is that, relating back to the video I played at the start, talking about the data that's available in the digital age, one thing we're starting to look at just now is seeing if we can use Google data, Twitter data, social media data, so then data mine that to predict what customers are going to buy, potentially down to store level. So it's quite exciting what we can do given the information that's out there. Cool, any questions?
Questions?